Hey guys, I thought I'd do a quick video on some of my plans for 2021. Do a little update starting in the pantry here. And here I'm sort of been keeping things about the same level, just tweaking it, you know, trying to get less of the stuff we don't use and more of the stuff we do use, and just getting better at managing it. I did pick up a bunch more, you know, quart jars and half-gallon jars when they started becoming available. So that's nice because I'm going to be using those for freeze drying now too. So I need more of those. Got some lids, but things in here are pretty much the same. The one big change in here is I just picked up this freeze dryer, and I've done a few videos on this already. I got it about a week or two ago. I think this is my 5th run. I'm a little behind on the videos, so anyway, I'm running, this is the eggs run, so you can see how far behind I am by whenever I post that. Probably be like a month from now. But this is the big change. I don't know if where this video will be in the rotation, but I do have one that shows how I built all this station. Maybe it's been posted, maybe not. I don't know. This might be a little sneak peek. But this is my workstation, and you'll see that video later, so we won't go into all that. Solar power, I'm adding another 4,500 watts. I know I said that in 2020, but it's been a rough year. Alright, so this year we're going to get to it, get her done. There'll be another Magnum charge controller up here, 4,500 more watts coming into the system. My battery bank's hanging on, they're in year 5. Flooded lead acid. It's working pretty good. These are just, we just painted these. We're redoing our stairway. I don't know if I'll show that or not, but we're completely redoing our stairs, and these are the fronts of the steps. So they're just drying right now on my can rack. So this is all kind of the same, about half full. Just rotating through it. So a little behind the scenes here in the studio. Alright, so out here, look at this area. This is kind of the dog run area. If you see these 6 red flags over here, so you got 4 and then the 2 down there, so that's where I want to do the chicken coop. Alright, so that's just roughly laid out. I got some plans in mind, but it should be 8 by 6 on the coop and then 8 by 20 on the run. So I'm hoping to get started on that in maybe a month or so. Now you see I've already started my ditch. That's the power that's going to run down to the solar panel, which will be down in that corner where the orange flags are. So that'll be an Iron Ridge ground mount, 4,500 watts. And then in conduit will run up here. The power will run into the solar system here. Those 4 there, that's the septic tank, and that whole back side is a drain field. So I gotta be careful about not getting into any of that. Right? Here, if you follow the channel, that's where the power came through. So that's all been cleaned up and finished off. That was a lot of work, man, putting that power line in there, but now I've got, you know, 50 amps down to my shop, so it was worth it. Yeah, this is going to be great. I can't wait to get this chicken coop in here and built and get the chickens and start having fresh eggs, and that all goes with the freeze drying plan, right? So there's going to be this direct berry is the power to the chicken coop, so there'll be 110 in there, and then the conduit will have the DC from the solar panels down here. I gotta fix this fence. I hired some guys to take some trees down, and that's what happened. I said I could have done that, you know. No, they actually did a good job. They just made that one mistake. One little mistake. I can fix that, no problem. So this is where the panel's gonna go, right here. So the idea here is, if you see the big panel on the garage there, that starts closing out around 12:30 and is pretty much closed out by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This time of year, it's January 5th, right? So in the winter time, that closes out early, but this hangs on till about 4, it's probably about 4:30 now. And so then this is usually in full sun until about 4:30. Alright, so it's not how much power you got, it's when you got it. You know? If I could invent a solar panel that only worked when the sun was down, wouldn't that be something? You know? It's the orchard. I'm going to expand this across the rest of this backyard here. Probably add another 6 trees. I'd like to do mangoes, but I don't think that'll work. That'd be great. So maybe we'll do pear trees, or who knows. We'll see. So this is what sucked up all the time of 2020, was building this shop. If you haven't seen that series, I had a whole series on this. So 8 months ago, this was a horse barn that was dirt. I had to pour concrete, close this all in, built the mega shelf. Got videos on all this stuff, how I did it. Got this workbench here. Built these rolling racks for the implements, but that's where the power comes in for the welder. And I'm going to run some of this other stuff off of that too. But yeah, another big thing this year will be to do the French cleats. I want to organize all my tools up on the wall, right where you need them. You can see them, you know what you got. Just pull it down, use it, put it back. So that'll take up some time this year. I want everything in here where you just walk up. You know, you turn on the dust collection. It's like here's the remote for that, except it's not plugged in right now. I leave it unplugged because it's like a phantom load. You know, everything's just ready to go. If you remember, we did the compressed air, ran these copper lines all through the attic. You got pull down air, you got pull down power. You just want to be able to come in here, have all your materials ready to go, do what you got to do, and you don't have to mess around, all kinds of stuff. This is the mech room. Compressor, you got the air dryer, shop vac, the dust collection system. And we started on welding, got that going a little bit. Haven't done too much yet, so we'll be working on that in 2021 also. Also planning to pour concrete back here, make a new station for peeling vegetables and stuff. I'm gonna tear this down, make a new one. I think I'm going to move all this wood out of here and make like 4 or 5 piles of composting that will be in the different phases of compost. Also pouring an apron of concrete on this barn, I forgot to mention. So that'll go right out front there. Probably be, you know, 10 by 10 apron-ish. So I'm about 5-6 weeks away from plowing this and starting to plant. Actually, we could start the onions in a few weeks, and then we'll go potatoes around mid-February. So I'm going to get this tilled up and start pulling furrows and pulling rows, and we'll do potatoes, beans, the usual stuff, bell peppers, onions, carrots. I'm going to add a few new things this year because we got that freeze dryer that opens up a lot more possibilities. So my little campfire going here. Got to clean all this up. I don't know, I got other ideas too, but main things on my mind right now are getting that solar done, getting the chicken coop, chickens, and freeze drying. Those are the main things. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this year, but we got to put a new roof on here. This roof is 22 years old, 22 or 23. It's just a shingle, architectural shingle. Probably has a 25-year life. And the well is still on my list from 2020. It's another thing that didn't get done. I got to redo that well, put in a hand pump, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to double this. Put 2 tanks for solar water heating. That'd be fun. All right, I think that's enough for now. You get the idea, and appreciate you guys watching the channel, and as long as you're still watching, I'll keep making them. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.